Hello everyone, CrystalFissure here. I am sure I don't want to save, and we're going to get the final cutscene. So here we go.
You're too late, Aladdin. I am the magical artist, and my brother Jafar shall be resurrected. We'll see about that.
Classic scene. Alright, that's the final battle. That's the graphic that we are getting. And are you guys ready for the most exciting battle in the history of video games?
As far as I remember, this was actually pretty easy and pretty short. This boss.
What do you mean? This is the first time I've ever played it. Obviously.
I would be more excited. I would be more excited, but don't lie to your fans, CrystalFissure. You recorded this already and you deleted the file, but out of your good heart, you didn't quit the LP. You decided to re-record it. So good on you.
Thank you. I like to think of myself as a martyr.
Unless a man would have quit this, but no, you stuck it out. And
thank you, Angus.
Yeah.
Anyway, to repeat what I said in the original recording, this boss reminds me a little bit of Rez from Gex 2, and also the Tiki boss in Crash to Insanity.
Yeah, and also Cortex and Mecha Bandicoot from Crash to Insanity as well.
Oh yeah, Mecha Bandicoot, yeah, in a way. Except you're in the center more, like for most of the battle. You're in the center and like he's on the outside.
No. Remember when Cortex is with Mecha Bandicoot? You're standing on that top thing there. While Cortex
yeah, that's the second bit. The first bit, you're down in the pit. Yeah. Yeah, no, I know what you're saying. Now, I think the aim is you basically got to hit Nasira like a few times, and that's kind of all you have to do. And then when that happens, you just keep on hitting Jafar's head, which is just really weird. I don't understand like the logic. Like what? She couldn't bring him back in like full on capacity or what? Like. Doesn't really make any
she couldn't bring his whole body back, but
I don't think his mind's fully like active either, because he just keeps on looking around and straight forward.
Yeah, like he could kill me right now.
Look, he's retarded. Look, he's got brain damage.
He's talking to himself too.
Yeah, look at him. He doesn't seem to have like any idea what's going on.
Yeah, you're right.
It didn't really work out for Nasira.
I think all Nasira's doing is just flying around and hitting you.
Yeah, I killed Nasira. Nasira's gone. She's irrelevant. I mean, there's not even a point in Nasira anymore.
What? This is just Jafar's revenge now.
Yeah, it's basic. Yeah, yeah, Aladdin Jafar. You know, I probably would have sold more copies if they're like Jafar's revenge, because like Jafar, like why did Nasira need revenge in the first place, or is she taking revenge on behalf of Jafar?
I think that's what's happening.
Yeah, I don't remember Nasira ever having like a story before.
I think she had a sexual relationship with Jafar. I think that's what happened.
Yeah, I think so. I think that's like the undertones of this children's game is that they did actually indeed have sex.
Well, no, it's implied. It keeps in the tones. Like, did they? Didn't they?
Oh yeah, it's a real Jeff and Annie thing. You know what I mean? It's a real Jeff and Annie from Community. Did they?
I don't think I remember any boss where like the original boss just disappears and like there's a crappy boss left behind. You have to defeat the crappy boss. I don't think I remember that.
Yeah, me too. Like it's just like yeah, you kill the first person and just like anticlimactically Nasira's gone. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's the thing. That's the thing. I'm just gonna play the cutscene, put the volume up. So yeah, just let's be quiet. Brings a tear to my eye. Repeat it.
Hey, Aladdin! You've just defeated Nasira and Jafar. What are you gonna do next? Go into Disneyland? Oh, never mind. You're just gonna want to stay here with Jasmine.
Oh, thank you, Aladdin. Oh, once again, Agrabah is safe because of you. The entire city is in your debt.
Oh, that's beautiful. Oh, what a beautiful game.
How come Genie is still a genie in this one? Didn't he get like freed at the end of like, the first movie or something?
No, I mean no. Sorry. Well, there we go. That's okay. Look. That's our reward for getting all the blue gems. Way to go.
I think it's a great award, personally.
Oh really?
Oh, CrystalFissure. Just quickly. The reason I probably wasn't talking very much is because I compiled a list of all the Let's Plays of yours I could think of or remember that I was in the final parts for. Do you want me to read out this list?
Name them very quickly. Go.
Okay, got Crash Bandicoot 2, Crash Bandicoot The Wrath of Cortex, 40 Winks, Ape Escape, Monsters Inc. 2, Nicktoons Racing, Emperor's New Groove, Bugs Life, Toy Story 2, Land Before Time Racing, or whatever, and Lilo and Stitch.
There we go. Phenomenal.
And this game.
And now
And this
Aladdin,
game.
you can add it to the list.
But you weren't in Speed Freaks.
Carol takes that wonderful crown there. I mean, terrible. But
And was I in the end of your Monsters Inc. Let's Play?
Monsters Inc. Scare Island.
I mean, not Monsters Inc. No, not Monsters Inc. Scare Island. I meant Lion King.
Lion King, you went to bed, or you had to go.
I was
But
there.
all right, I want to talk about what they say at the end cutscene. Is I mentioned it before, but at the end, like the genie says, "Oh, what do you want to do next? Go to Disneyland." And then he pauses and goes, "Oh, never mind." And it's just funny. Like I know there has been Disney games where, Disney things where they've gone to Disneyland, but it's kind of funny. Like that's kind of very self-referential. And I think it's only a developer like what's it called, Argonaut would put that in. I find I think if it
I remember in Emperor's New Groove, what's his name, the main character?
references it's a game.
He always he just basically every line he says is breaking the fourth wall.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. And actually,
Also Gex. That's a Crystal Dynamics thing. He always breaks the fourth wall.
But this
as well,
is Argonaut though, so.
Yeah, I know.
he's
There's
talking
not
about
just
PS,
Argonauts,
yeah,
Crystal Dynamics do
PS1.
it.
Yeah, no.
And the Crystal Dynamics also did Walt Disney World Quest Magical Racing Adventure, which is in itself the whole game is a fourth wall breaker.
Yeah,
exactly. Well, yeah, exactly. It is. I tell you, they picked a very terrible song to finish it out. Like it's that really depressing theme.
Apparently, in that end cutscene, right? The temple, it got one shade lighter. What does that mean?
Yeah. So basically, using the shittiest I don't know, animation they could. They basically changed this from being black to dark. So it's somehow rescuing the princess and whatever, and defeating Nasira makes the entire Agrabah sunny again. It's basically the opposite of when JC, Jesus Christ, died on the cross for our sin. No, I'm just kidding. Basically, what happened when in the common story of Jesus, when he dies, it starts to go like rainy. For this, it's the opposite. When the bad guys die, it starts to go light. So yeah.
Now,
I reckon.
Sorry, go.
I reckon Super Mario Sunshine ripped that off, because in Super Mario Sunshine, when you get all the shines back, it goes from dark to light.
I mean, it's done plenty of times, I mean, even the whole thing about, Jesus himself, there's a story, a religion before Christianity, where, when the person dies, the sky, turns black and shit. So, that's not really original in itself. Yeah.
Before you end the Let's Play, one more question that we talked about in the previous recording, and that's Emperor's New Groove. What's better? What's a better game?
What's a better game?
Company,
well,
what's a better game?
As I said, I referenced in a previous part or whatever, or maybe it was in the part that was deleted. We are planning to do a podcast for Crasscast, and it's basically, I think the theme of it is going to be PS1. One of the things we're going to talk about is going to be the battle of the PS1 racing games. Another one is going to be I think we should do Argonaut Games as a retrospective, but then specifically within that podcast, we will do a proper, Emperor's New Groove versus Aladdin, where they're similar. Right now, I would probably say I would pick Emperor's New Groove, but I'm not going to elaborate too much as to why until we do the podcast, but I might as well ask you two what you think is better based on the footage that you've seen from each game.
I can't really tell. This game looks a little bit more creative. It looks a little more varied than everything.
Varied? Perhaps yes. By the same token though, Emperor's New Groove had a completely different scenario. For example, it's much difficult because it wasn't a human being. So you got to put that into perspective. But yeah, no, good point. I guess look at this level here. See this? You play as a bottle. That's kind of weird. You know what I mean? So I don't know. I guess for now I'm gonna have to give it a tie. But when we do the podcast, I'll definitely I might change my mind and elaborate more. Angus is cut out, so Angus can't do his famous farewell for now, but not forever. So once again, Andrew's the last man standing. Thank you for being a part of the LP, and let's say goodbye. Goodbye.
Fucking roll-ups.
Rest in peace, Frank Walker.